to Prison Architect. Once again, episode 14 I think we're on now. So last time we left out, we had done a lot of kind of ground making, maybe not ground making, foundation work, that's the word I was looking for. Ground making, not quite what I was aiming for. We did a lot of that, but we had a few issues in various places. So I've done some investigation work in the off time, and there's a few different things to look into. So there's quite a few things I really want to get through today. We'll just launch straight in. We were trying to figure out what was going on with this basketball court, and I think I figured out one of the issues I have, and that is, what did I just get a beep for? That must have been, that was letting everybody out their cells. So one of the things, we have a basketball league section, but unfortunately I think it was beneath this, and when we built over this it seems to have disappeared. Also, as well as that, I think that even when we did have it, it was tucked away in this corner. So I think the first thing we have to do is make it a basketball league. So one of the things that I'll do is, we've got a minimum size, we've got a centre circle, we've got a basketball court left side, we've got a basketball court right side. So we have completed the minimum requirements for the basketball league. So I think that will start off helping us. Certainly something I believe is definitely possible. I also want to put some training in, because I think as well as that you can do that. But one of the other things that's also available is you can also put in basketball flooring, I believe. Materials, basketball laminate floor. So I think what you can do is you can do this. Whoa, 15 grand. Jeez, that was expensive. That if I'd known that was coming, I don't think I maybe would have put that in. Anyway, not to worry. I'll put that away now, and then I can make this all. No, I can make all of this a priority. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. There's all the materials that are now a priority. So that's one thing. We need to add some lighting in this corridor. I noticed when we were doing some of the darkened stuff before that there wasn't any lighting in this corridor, and as part of that, it's just, yeah, dark corridors inside a prison, probably not the safest thing in the world. And as well as that, I can then add some electrical cable. I'll probably just add it inside here, and that in theory I think should solve the issues that are here as well. I'll just put some up here as well, just to make sure that we get all of that in there. I don't really want to pass this over into here, because this one's already under enough stress as it is. So we'll leave that as is there, and then I'll move on to something else. So we'll let them build the wee basketball court. I think we've wired these up. I think we did that last time. So we'll check and see if that's then active once we get that going. So that was a good start. What are we? One prisoner's unable to be assigned to a cell. Still not sure where that's come from. I think it's to do with previously we had issues with one being in solitary, or not having enough solitary cells for the guys that were there. As well as that, I don't know if you've noticed, but this staff room now no longer says anything about the canteen. And that's because I downloaded a mod that specifically stops it from doing that. So that was quite a successful modification that we've made, so that's great. We've got quite a few guys in here now. We've got quite a few guys in our max security, so that's quite good. And we've got them as a shower, which I think is now actually as a shower in the room. It is, that's great. But what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to actually close this off now, because these guys can enter this, and these guys could come through here into there if they want to. And we can actually make a door through, or a couple of doors through from the yard into this other section. So what we'll do in the meantime is we'll make a couple of doors, and then we'll build a couple of walls in there, and that will solve that issue. Oh, basketball court looks a lot better now. Oh, that looks great. That was maybe not worth the 15 grand, but certainly worth a good amount of that money. It's a very funky colour, but that's cool. I hope that really works now, because that will be pretty good if that's the case. Libraries. Having some issues with this library, and obviously there's some books out, but I think there's an issue with sorting desks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle it, and I want to make it a priority. I think I did that there. Yeah. So as part of that, I think I can make it a priority. Sorry, I think I can dismantle that, because I think we need to have more than one sorting desk. I think that's the issue, is that whenever these prisoners are coming in to actually do this, let's just lock this open while we work on it. I think the problem is that there's only one sorting desk. So then the problem you have is that because there's only one sorting desk, there's no spaces for... let me just see. Put another one there. Can we fit another one? We can, but we need to take away the book requirement there, and we can put one on the wall there, and then I'll have to take away the 2 bookcases. So I'll take away all 3 bookcases actually. I'll dismantle all 3 of them for just now, and then I'll put in one more sorting desk. I think what's happening is that because there's not any sorting desks, the issue I'm having is that there's only one guy sorting out all these books. So although there's a whole bunch of them working in there, they don't actually have desks to sort from. So I'm hoping that once we solve all this... Oh, interestingly, that guy just went and put some books on the shelf. That's not your job, mate. Come on. Yeah, well, you can put that on the shelf on the sorting desk if you want, but yeah, I'd be much happier if you were doing this so I could get this sorting desk in. And bada bing, there we go. Okay, so now in theory we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desks in there. I think that we can have jobs in there. So let's go down for 5 jobs in there. I think I went a bit crazy with the laundry. It's kind of tiny. I don't think we're going to have 18 people working in there. So let's go for 6 just now. And as part of that, I took out the ironing board, which I think is one of the jobs that these guys have. I think we took them out previously. Yeah, we took them out previously and we never returned them. So let's put in some here. Not sure if you can actually get to these. Okay, let's... Yeah, I'm not sure how this works, so I don't know if that's going to block the access to that machine as well. I'll leave that as is, because then that gives me 5, and then there can be one more person kind of stacking all the laundry baskets. On that note though, I think that logistics wise, sorry, no, is it logistics? Can't remember what it would be. Laundry, there we go, laundry distribution. So it's got to go to every single cell, which I think, you know, probably is a bit of an issue if we don't have enough people working in it. But I mean, at least it is, you know, it is getting to every cell, so or it is getting to every block at least, and then we can work out. Oh, it doesn't seem to be going there though. Oh, that did not go well. Okay, not really sure what happened there. I seem to have deleted them. Right click to cancel, control and left click to make high priority, press F to follow. What? No, that's installing an ironing board, I don't want that. No canteens accessible by this. That's got nothing to do with laundry. Oh dear, right, back to that again. Anyway, yeah, so you see here, we've got 1 item out of 7, so yeah, you can see that there's kind of, they're not great cells. That one's the best cell we have, I think, in the whole place. But we're not on zeros. Well, some of them are on zeros, but very few of them are on zeros now. Occupant entitled to a grade 10. Jeez, who's this guy? Okay. Oh, and we've totally wrecked it by not fixing the laundry part. Okay. Right, let's figure out how to fix laundry then, so that we don't wreck that again. That's only one place. Why am I switching between? I'm so confused. Surely you can do all the laundry. It's because there's a janitor in there. Yeah, I'm aware of that janitor, but how many janitors have we got? 19 janitors. Okay, so there's plenty of janitors. So that's not the issue. Okay, gonna have to figure out some laundry distribution problems, because I've obviously wrecked that one. And then it seems to switch between where it moves to. Oh, there we go. I have no idea how I did that or why I did that, but okay, let's figure that out later. Very mucky, very busy. There are no canteens accessible to the cell. Why? There's a canteen right here. Food distribution. Okay. There's a kitchen, which is going to a canteen. Very strange. And then there's a silly staff room thing. Demand is 9, supply is 9. Okay. Demand is 100, supply is 3. So what's happened to the supply? Okay, well, we'll fix that in a bit, because that is just not working. There's something horribly wrong there, and I do not know why. Yeah, figure that one out later. Okay, let's carry on with some of the stuff. We're bound to have a riot now at some point because of that, but yeah, we can work on that later. No lighting. No lighting in the shower room. Probably not the most sensible thing in the world. Okay. No lights in there, which doesn't help the case. No, they do have lights, we just don't have any power. Okay, so electrical cable. We'll just build those together and we shall make them all priority, please. Okay, get rid of that utilities wise. Yeah, on this note, I now have sorting desks, which is great, but one of the other things I also wanted to add to here was a, where is it? I want to add, not a visitor booth, that's not going to do me any good. I want to add a metal detector, there we go, because seemingly they are good areas for, they're good areas for getting scissors libraries. I don't know, I mean, I've never seen scissors working in there, but okay. Canteens accessible by the cell. Did I change the deployment of this? Logistics of this kitchen? No. Food distribution. Okay. Definitely an issue with food, but I think that seems to be more of an issue with... Okay. But all the issues have gone away now. Okay, well, I've managed to solve it without even solving it. I'm a genius. Right, so those guys are now fitting electricity cables, which is now filled out, which is great. And that'll go at the bottom, so that's solved that problem. We need to tap phones. That's something I haven't done. So we need to connect phone booths to the phone tap, which I think is this one. Yep. And okay. And then while I'm at it, I think there's 3 or 4 in the other one. Which will also need tapped. Let's see, there we go, there's a few at the top there, so let's connect those. And I think we talked last time a wee bit about needing a new security office somewhere, or maybe not a new security office, certainly a second security office, because that one, despite being pretty good, is now running a prison worth of 200 inmates, which I think is putting a wee bit of stress upon the door control system and even to a certain extent this tapping system. But we can transfer stuff over eventually if we need to. I'm not too worried about that. I can change the phone tap to move into a different phone tap. If it comes to that, we can work on that. Okay, so people are, well, they're not raging, which is great. Let's see, where are we at? Feeding all prisoners, so we'll wait and see how that goes. And then after food, let's see. Programs are running. The most important one, this one, carpentry. Now, one of the other things I was thinking of is that carpentry requires you to have carpenter's tables, and the fact that there might be more people interested in this, but I only have 3 carpenter's tables, so it's not a huge surprise that if I am trying to get something, that there's not going to be the chance to do so. But it's good to see this guy working. That's interesting. See some of these guys working as well, which is good. They don't really seem to be doing much work. Be nice if they're actually ironing things, but not tragic. Nobody working in the library yet, though. We do still have jobs there. Yeah, we do. Okay. Quite a few people in laundry workshop, but then that's partly because I think under the regime we're currently at, so these guys are currently in an eat segment and they're about to go into work in free time, so we should have kind of 3 PM ish, we should get some more done. The other thing I also want to do is, I don't know why I'm feeding these guys twice and these guys 3 times. It doesn't make any sense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out these ones, and I'm going to make these 2 free time, and I'm going to make this work session a lot longer, 3 till 8, so they can eat. Let's see, we'll make them, actually we'll change that down, we'll make them eat largely in the morning, and then we'll give them more time to eat in the evening. There's more of them, so I'll give them a wee bit more there, and that's probably enough. That's enough of an adjustment to the regime anyway. Okay, so here go these guys. So let's just speed this up a wee bit, see how many guys we get working in the library. Hopefully we'll actually get some. This guy's raging about recreation and luxuries for some reason, and these guys are now working, so I think these guys are all now going to be sorting books, hopefully. So let's just put that back on. There's Mr. Underwood. Now, I believe Mr. Underwood previously was on our workshop program, which is a little bit disappointing because I think he was on our carpentry. However, Merwood, maybe I got confused with a Mr. Merwood, Mr. Heinz, and Mr. Holdaway is seemingly working, but he's not there yet, so he's late to work. Terrible, disgraceful. Never catch me doing that. Anyway, so yeah, they're on carpentry, so hopefully we'll get somewhere with that. We only fed 27% of prisoners. That does not sound great. Okay, so we need to extend this out again. I think we need more serving tables. We need more of these. Now, part of me thought I should only have one, one massive kitchen with more cooks and more space. Then another part of me thought, oh no, that's too many people in one place at one time. I'm not convinced by either of them yet, so I'm just going to go for the one, but allow it to split into 2 if I get the chance, if it needs it. So we'll make another slightly wider section here, and we'll wait for them to build that, and then we can extend the kitchen out. Okay. So, retap phones. Visitation is another thing. Now, I'm going to have to change deliveries. I think I need to move deliveries up here, because I want to adjust visitation entrance. So, deliveries we're actually going to make up here instead. And then I'm going to take away the delivery section that's here. That's it, gone. So you just have one delivery area, which I do, that's good. And then I'm going to adjust this visitation entrance, because in theory people getting straight in to this without going through any kind of check is a problem. So although we have one person stationed, we don't actually have anyone on patrol as such within this area. We have one of each of these, but we don't have a guard patrol. So I'm going to put a guard patrol in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add, once again, just as before, we're going to add a couple of metal detectors to the entrance here. And again, the reasoning for that, perfect, they're on top of it already, which is great. The reason for that is because seemingly you get a heck of a lot of stuff that gets passed to prisoners through this area. So, once again, when they're going to be leaving, we're going to hit them with another metal detector before they can go in, or before they can go out, sorry. And let's see where we like for utilities on that one. That's right beside it, so we can put another one cable there, and that should solve that problem. So that's quite handy. One thing I also want to do is I also want to give them a little bit more difficult area to get out of if everything goes horribly wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little segment in here. Might as well fill this. Hopefully I'll remember to keep that wall in. And then what I'm going to do with this bit is I'm just going to have another guard and a dog patrolling in here, just to make things, you know, a bit more difficult for them in general. An axe. Why did you think that taking an axe out of here was going to be a good idea? Brilliant. Then he decides to just go and, excuse me, you don't need that axe, but you definitely need to take that back. Okay. Right. That's fine. This guy's reading a book. That's quite nice. That makes me feel better about my library. Ah, there we go. Look, library shelves are now working. Yeah, that definitely... I think he's about to put some books down. Oh, no, he's taking a book about spirituality. Yeah, fantastic. That's great. That's actually working. Providing that they are passing through this and not causing any issues. A ruined book? What have you done? And away they go. Okay. So they're creating this wee area out here, which we can fix. So that's all constructing a concrete floor, which is out here. There's lots of deliveries. I'm also, just because I have the money, I'm going to finish off these drains just because, well, quite frankly, it looks crap. Probably shouldn't just do stuff because of that, but you know, it's costing a lot of money to look to fix it from just looking crap. But it's been annoying me for a while. And on that note, what I want to do as part of it is I also want to add some showers in the centre. So in this section there was always meant to be showers. So utilities wise, we need to get some small pipes across, so let's not do that yet. Let's figure out exactly where I want to put the shower heads, and then we'll okay, let's so I'll keep it one in from the edge of all of that, and then okay, that should install those shower heads, and then we can connect them up in a bit once that's done. Okay. Ah, good, that's kept those walls in, which is exactly what I was hoping it would. How are we for utilities in there? Yeah, it's not gonna cause an issue. Oh, that's very good. You've just knocked off everyone from the visitation, and we're going to put a large jail door right here, and then we're going to station some staff on rotation within there. Oh, well, actually I do need that, but yeah, anyway. We're going to have a dog in there as well. I think that actually makes a lot more dogs. Now, one of the things I noticed, I think I had counted 25 dog patrols, of which this dog patrol is also an issue, because I need to make it go around the outside of this now, rather than in here, because it's not going to do any good in there. And we'll take that one out. Right, so I think generally I've got about 25 dogs in total, and 25 actual patrols for them to do, so they're always working. That means that they can't ever slow down. So we're just going to take as many more as we can. Okay, so because we have a lot more dogs, you obviously don't need to have you obviously don't need to have a kennel for every single one of them. So there'll be some that are patrolling and some that are, the dogs are sleeping at that point in time. So that's given us a lot more dogs just to go off and fill all of those sections. Now I think yeah, so we've got 32 dog handlers now, and deployment wise for dog patrols, we're probably almost filled up actually. We've only got this one wee section at the top to do, sorry, around the outside to do. So I'm not too worried about that, providing I can get one in there, and we'll maybe buy a few more soon. Let's see, how are we getting on? We're building that stuff outside rather than the drains, so that's fine, we'll get to that in a bit. And this is all stacked a bit better. Okay, so I think it's time to move the workshops. So, how do I want to move the workshops? I think they can have access from here and from here. So let's make a massive workshop. Let's plan out a nice big workshop. So we want to have a double wide corridor going down the whole place. So that will give me double wide corridor. And that gives me a triple wide corridor. I don't want that. I want that. Okay. So access, 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 access. Okay. And then within that, we're going to have large working segment here, large working segment here, large working segment here, large working segment. Let's just do that one down the actual thing, because then it doesn't look silly. Okay, and then from within that, each one of these can have different stuff. So let's make this big one here firstly, and that can be a whole bunch of carpenter's tables. Now they're 1,500 each, which is a lot, and they're not turning round for some reason. Okay. Okay. Not sure about that as to why they're not turning. Okay, let's build some walls firstly. Just going to extend that slightly. I want to make that one a bit bigger than it was there. Okay. And then from within these, we want to put in workshops. So let's go for let's make this an entire workshop size. So it has passed the minimum size, thank you. Workshop saw, workshop press, and a table. So carpenter's table. Which won't turn around for some reason, but okay, let's say that's fine. So okay, so that is a massive workshop, which is going to have a workshop saw and a workshop press within the carpenter's table. Okay, let's just extend this workshop straight through the wall. Actually, can I do that? Would that work? Yes. And then I can do lots of saws in the next one and some presses in the next one. So okay, and then oh, we are drastically running out of money, a lot faster than I thought we would. So workshop and tables. So let's get some tables on the go, and then hopefully they will start. Actually, I can put that carpenter's table back now. And then we need an actual set of tables, and we've already got 3 of them, so that's great. Yeah, okay. Let's leave that at that then. See how these guys go with this. Let's do a shakedown really early tonight for no good reason. And we'll put on fast speed. So we can get some money back because, oh wow, hello. Now you're talking. That's some decently size. That's a good time to choose a. Is a very good time to choose to do one. Okay. So we need to remove tunnels, of which there are plenty. Yep, there are plenty. Okay. Oh, we are finding a lot of stuff. And unsurprisingly, again, it's the medium guys giving us problems. And once again, we will have issues regarding. Yeah. We're having issues regarding drugs and the like. What I've only found 4 drugs, cigs. Found a lot more cell phones than anything else, which is interesting. Okay. Oh, I found another. Oh wow. I found another set of. Wow, these are some long tunnels. Okay. A lot to search down here as well. Okay, so no other cells are having issues. It's just these ones down here that we need to get these guys into to repair all the damage that these guys have been digging. Okay, so I think our cells are complete, which is great. That's okay. Right, that's a lot better. Chief, I'm not entirely sure why you're in the classroom, but sure. Preparing guard taser certification. Ah, okay. Still not sure why you're doing that, mate, because you should be off building this workshop. Anyway, right. I wonder if these guys just don't have access to... Wait, why are there no showers along this bottom section? Oh, maybe that's the problem. Is that all the showers fill up and those guys can't actually get a shower in the time. Okay, so objects, we need more shower heads along this bottom line. I thought there were shower heads all the way along this bottom line. Not all of them got showers, which is possibly why they're frustrated slightly. However, we're getting 64% on prisoner feeding, so that's... we're getting there. Although we do have some guard... Ah, here we go. Right. Emergencies. Right, police. Get our triumphant music, we'll hit a bang up, get everybody out the way that's not meant to be there. Hopefully we won't have any of our guards injured. Only 4 prisoners rioting, and I think by the time our riot squad gets in there it's going to be gone, yeah. Oh well, we managed to quell that one quite quickly. Probably still worthwhile bringing these guys in though. Yeah, there's a lot of injured folks around about here. Anyone dead? No, everyone just seems injured, which is a good start. Definitely need to expand this kitchen size for more guys. And yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that spooky music in the background. It's like, yeah, anyway. Let's see, how are these guys getting on down here? Was there anyone? Yeah, these guys are all fine. I don't give a crap. Okay. What we'll do then is we'll just send these guys down here. Nothing happening here. Take them off their bang up. Okay. I'll just leave them hanging around enough to quell any potential riots. Sorry, no, you guys. A random drain there. Interesting. Let's yeah, I can see this going wrong again, to be honest. We'll set it on high speed. This guy's all frustrated about something. Wanting food, I guess. Okay. More tasers going off, but generally that area being okay, I think. Yeah. And we've got all these guys back out, so that's fine. So let us, in that process, we can now get rid of these guys because don't need them anymore. But we will demolish some walls here. So yeah, we've got quite a lot kind of backed up for guys to do, don't we? Really. We're going to need to delete that wall because it seems to have split these two workshops, despite the fact that we didn't actually ask them to do that. I'm waiting on tables to come into there. Are they waiting on power then as well, or is power? No, power's to them already, which is great. Okay, we'll leave that going. And this looks like it's been fixed and all nice and tidied up. Kitchen wise, have we got any deployment yet? Let's take that down a bit. Insecure. What? Ah, okay, that's because that happened, yeah. Whoa, okay, what is going on? What happened there? Where are these guys going? Escaping? I don't think they're escaping to anywhere. Yep. Escaping into what? Nothing. Yeah, I thought that may happen. It's one of those things where you delete some walls and then it takes its time to turn itself round. Anyway. Right, so we can run that forwards and check utilities. Now, on that note, where are we like with this now? We're pretty close to the top, but I think we'll probably hook in another set of rooms. So we shall run a set of these through here, and then another one of these through here, and a wee bit of that. So I think that should probably give us enough cable to do the rest of it. Okay. So money wise, we've obviously used a heck of a lot on this workshop down the bottom, which now shouldn't be split because we don't have a wall between it. So let's run that workshop back in. There we go, and that should take away the problem. And it should also, I think, give us a bit more space to work in. So let's see, carpentry, no one's interested. 5 till 7 it'll run, so it's currently running. No one's interested. Okay, well, we'll work out and see what happens with that. Right, let's see, let's take an overall look at where we're at then. I just want to check that scheduler. Kitchen safety, carpentry. Oh, carpentry is 5 till 6, but what's the green zone then? What's the green zone in the regime? 5 till 6. Yeah, see, that's going out the bottom, so we need to make that 4 till 5, within which everyone can then work in it. So let's make that 4 till 5. And let's swap this time around as well, because we're actually having them eat at the same time, which is a bad idea. It's alright with them swapping over in between, but yeah, 4 till 5 has got to be when our programs are running for these sections. So, oh, did it again. I'm not very good at this. Carpentry. And edit schedule, and we need to move the carpentry to there. Foundation education can stay in the classroom. Spiritual guidance, I think, can be on at the same time as foundation education. So that's 1 till 5 is in the green zone for work, I'm guessing. 1 till 5 is in the green zone for 1 till 5, yeah, okay. So let's actually extend that. I'll give these guys free time here. Okay, that looks a bit better then. Given a bit more space to work on these programs. 4 till 6 p.m. is the way that the carpentry's now been run. But that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. Although I am going to do another shakedown because I feel that all the anger and resentment from the previous day is almost certainly going to have people trying to escape. So right, okay. I think I think everything's kind of going well there, generally. And I think the next thing to build will probably be another security, but I think what's more important just now is that we need to fix this kitchen. Or not necessarily the kitchen, but we need to make another... we need to make another kitchen. And another canteen. So... from within a canteen, serving tables are the answer. Serving tables are always the answer. And once again, I'll put a bundle more in here. And then we'll add more cookers galore, £500 a pop. Okay, make some sinks around here, and then again some fridges, okay, and I think that will then allow us to make that a kitchen. But we're down to £5 in balance, but I think, you know, £5 in balance is definitely worth it to try and narrow down all these issues. Definitely getting more guys in the shower. Small pipes wise. That will gradually be built. And we're missing one piece of power there, which will just need extended across there. And that's a good sized workshop. Now, I think with that being the case, I'm going to delete this workshop and make them work at the other one, force them into working at the other one. So there's the workshop. I'm going to delete that one. And although that has all the stuff, we can certainly extend this classroom out if we want to, but I think that's probably going to go down to this kind of reform area down the bottom anyway. Within which we will take that, we'll dismantle, sorry, don't dismantle that, we need to lock it open. Okay. So certainly a lot to be building there. What we like for utilities out there, not bad, that'll actually be okay, yeah, once those two are installed. So the guys have got a lot to be working on, to be honest. 71% of prisoners have eaten, so I think we're doing okay there. Need to improve that slightly. And definitely need to get more staff in there, I think. But yeah, that's not going too badly. Right. So we've made some adjustments all over the shop, really. This workshop sucked up half of our money, really, which didn't help. But yeah, everything's gone fairly well. I think we need to do a bit more planning, though. So this is all workshop space. Excuse me. And from that, I think the answer is to do more reform programs down here. So I think we need to make a classroom down here. This could be an entire classroom, to be honest, or 2 classrooms. What other rooms can we make down here? We could make a dormitory, to be honest. Variable size room for housing multiple prisoners. Yeah, we could certainly house a whole bundle down there. Not sure I want to do that. I quite like the individual cells. You can kind of lock them in their individual cell. What else do we need? Yeah, and we definitely need another. Security of some sort, but I think that's probably going to end up in here. Just to kind of, or maybe best down here, just to feed straight into the problems that are here. There's certainly a lot of issues with my guys getting stuff into the storage area and then getting it out and across the way. How many builders do we actually have? 13, so that's a bit unlucky. So let's take a few more just to help out a little bit. Of course, I've set them off at the wrong side. I should have set them over here, but that's okay. Everything's calmed right down, which is great. I've only got 8 armed guards in services. Pretty impressive, really, all things considered. Is this guy... I have no idea what that guy was doing. Okay. Let's go and find out what's going on with... So, one of these guys is intoxicated, I think. Yep, he's heading in for treatment. Let's see. We don't seem to be running a carpentry. Let's start that. For some reason that wasn't running. It's a bit strange. 1 till 3 PM. And of course we've probably gone past 1. Yep, of course we have. I'm wondering if that had something to do with this being removed and then it wondering where the other workshop was going to be, which, you know, to me is pretty obvious, but there you go. So let's go to the object dismantle button, because then I can do things quicker. Dismantle object. We can dismantle all of this stuff here, and eventually they will solve that problem. Let's just lock it open for just now as well. That'll allow him to work away. And yeah, I think what we'll maybe do is I'll maybe run one more kind of full evening time, just all the way through to the next time that they're meant to be working. See how that's getting on, and then we'll maybe figure out possibly bigger visitation area. I'm not sure yet. I was trying to work out whether that is necessary or not. I'm going to need to get more. In fact, I've got 11 grand. Let's just add the ones I was looking for. I'm going to add some more metal detectors again, just here, to make sure that any of the family that are coming in are also getting searched. And I assume that if they come in with objects, they get taken off them before they go into visitation. So I'm hoping that's the case, certainly. When is visitation? It's in free time, I think, actually. So, let's see. Within the regime, these guys don't have a lot of free time, but there's free time there, definitely. For all these guys, they've only got 2 hours of free time if they work. So I'll maybe put another free time in there. No, that kind of narrows down the shower time, so that's not any good. But they're only eating twice a day now, which is great, same as these guys. Food wise, meal quantity, we need high meal quantity, so we'll make a whole bundle of them. It's going to cost me $18 per prisoner per day, so 3,600 per day. But that's still, our daily cash flows. We're improving that, so that's fine with me. I will leave them this night. I'm not gonna go and do them another shakedown, because I've done a shakedown 3 nights in a row now, I think, or that would be 3 nights in a row. Utilities, small pipe. Okay, so that's almost solved these ones. Let's just make that all a priority, make that all a priority, and then that'll get that room sorted. That'll maybe look a bit better for a change. But yeah, everything going. I'm quite happy with this, to be honest. It's going well. I'm hoping that this workshop will be a massive improvement when it comes to them actually doing their work. What's access like there? It's not wonderful. So let's maybe can maybe add another large jail door just in this corner, just to allow them out the yard and into the workshop if it has to. But as part of that, I'll have to move these metal detectors. In fact, we can do that just now. I have to move these metal detectors to the areas that they can come out of, so there would be 2 here and 2 here probably, so that they can't bring anything out of the workshop. But yeah, we're back to cleaning these guys. That's all sorted, so that's great. Strangely, that's not powered, even though it's like 6 feet away from the nearest cable. There's literally going to be 1 cable there, 1 cable there, 2 there, 2 there, and then water we can run a large pipe to there, and some small pipes additionally. Okay, and that should take away all of that, and then all that we can do is add more to this. Okay, so we're back to morning. 6 AM. These guys are all going in the shower, which is slightly improved. This kind of rabble at the entrance, they all want to go out the same door. I don't know why. Oh dear me, it's happened again. Right, so that's on pause. This one has failed from the amount of stuff we've added there. So let's see, utilities. Yeah, I can see why that failed. There's a lot of power on it. So what we will do then is we will buy another, and this kind of forced my hand. I didn't really want to. I was hoping to manage this power without having to deal with it, but it's obviously not going to work. And we can power that one there, and then we can delete some of these. Dismantle utilities, so we can take away some of these. That will take away into this section, and we will dismantle those. So that means that that will be down into here, and then this one will power all of those, within which we can add. No, I don't really want to add more in the shower actually. That's fine into the bottom. So let's make that a priority, make that a priority, and make that a priority. And then speed it up. And then hopefully we've got some problems there. We can switch this one back on. No, okay. So we're still overpowered slightly because we're still dismantling. Yeah, so okay, and he's dismantled one there. That should be enough there. And this one's still not dismantled though. Come on, somebody come down here. Finally. Someone come in to dismantle this one. Come on. Oh, he's stuck at the door. Right, okay. And there we go. Sorted. So that is now, that's now powered that section. So we can now take this one and we can switch that on. And take this one and switch that one. And that's maxed out already. Because we don't have any capacitors around it. Okay. Right, so we're way down money wise. We need to get those ASAP. Because we have a lot of guys in the dark here. So. Okay. Well, we're on, you know, on the lesser or the less important part of the day. We have, however, managed to. These guys are making their way across. This guy's making his way across with a capacitor, so let's follow him. And then once he's done that, hopefully that'll be enough just to turn on the power at least for a wee while until they. Well, there you go. There's some of these ones already been installed, so let's switch that on, and there we go. Really? Okay, interesting. Why is that? Switch on. And it's maxed out the power already. Wow. Okay. I'm very surprised by that because normally your capacitors are great. Yeah, I'm a little bit frightened of that, to be honest. I didn't think it was taking that. I suppose it is taking 2 kitchens worth of power, effectively. 2 large kitchens of power. So yeah, that's maybe a fair point. Oh! Someone just passed the foundation education course. Which is pretty cool. These are not being worked on though. So do we not have anyone? Carpentry, 1 till 3 PM. Yep, interested after it finished. Okay, I think it's time to do another workshop safety induction because we have 29 interested. And we can also run carpentry apprenticeship at the same time. Really? We can. Oh, fantastic. We can run them in line with each other, which is great. So 3 till 5 is the workshop safety induction, which obviously just finished. However, these capacitors are now in, so we switch this one on, and it's maxed out. Yay, a little bit extra. We got it up and running. Had to add more capacitors. It's already almost maxed out because it's running 2 kitchens and a massive workshop. So yeah, I'm guessing they just pull a lot of juice collectively, and obviously that's just led us into the difficulty. But yeah, I had to almost max out the bank balance. But you'll notice this one now, way down. So I think we're going to need to probably adjust this so that this one here runs the workshop, and this one here can just run these 2 just now. But yeah, we'll figure that out next time. Thanks anyway. Bye bye.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?